Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka Wakey Wakey. Time for eggs and bakey. This is, you guys, October the 20th, correct? Happy heavenly birthday to my grandma, G Mar, Sally McFarland. I miss you, Grandma. I had to get that out the way first. I've been getting emotional all morning, but I'm here. But I'm not here alone. Of course, I got my super crew with me. I got Miss Lady B, Miss Bernice Smith in the house.
Good morning, y'all.
And I got our super sexy super producer, Molly Mall. Ladies, have y'all ever seen my little sexy little
What it do?
brother?
What it do?
There
Hmm.
he is,
Reach
Molly
family.
Mall.
Sister, I got that talk about me like that. It's weird.
What you say is weird.
Yeah, you the only sister I got that talk about me like that.
I'm letting the ladies know that's the good ladies that you a good catch. And that you easy on the eyes.
He's a
You know,
handsome young king. So
he's
y'all
Appreciate
know
handsome.
that, BC. I should start letting the fellas know about you then. Let me start blasting that
That's
all
right.
the
That's
time.
I
But
was
then I
one
don't want all
thing.
these fellas coming after my sister, so it's a yin and yang. I might send the wrong guy after you, then you be mad at me. You know.
No, that's why I said the good ladies. He's handsome. He's intelligent. He thinks. So if y'all want a thinker and a leader and an innovator, uh, Molly Mall, he got good conversation too. Boy is deep and spiritual. So yeah, enjoy and you can really enjoy his company. Now, guys, I'm single, but I like the poor. I
oh,
like
Jesus.
the
This morning, Lord, this morning.
And don't forget our sexy sister Bernice. She's taking applications too. Is this the sibling rivalry, or we talking about sibling hookups? Get your brother and sister to hook you up.
Mm. We talking about rivalry today, not the hookup.
The rivalry today. Yes, today's show is going to be about those of us who's blessed to have a big old family, and those of you who's blessed that to have not such a big family, because sometimes being the only child could be a good thing too. You know, you get all the moms and dad attention, all of it. So yeah, most definitely. Well, and I have a clip that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys sit tight, it's a 5 minute long clip. But before we get into the clip, I want to ask everybody, how was you guys' evening yesterday?
If you're talking to me, I chilled. I talked to the plug and I relaxed.
I couldn't even talk to the plug. I did the grocery shop after I finally got my son out and to do grocery shopping. I thought, and now I know I'm wrong for thinking this way, but I thought that everybody would be at work on Wednesday and that you could go on a Wednesday afternoon and be able to shop the stores freely on a Wednesday. Not at all.
Everybody thinking what you thinking. Trust that.
I'm like, is there if you don't get up at the crack of dawn and hit the streets shopping, don't go.
Egg.
Don't go after 12. It's a wrap. I mean, it was so crowded. We had to wait for parking. We had to. I mean, we're down in Waldorf at that. I'm like, well, all these people at work. Ain't they supposed to be at work? What these are online people working from online, working from home that ran out and the stores was packed. And I was like, ain't this some, you know, and that was at Walmart and Sam's Club. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dang. So
Walmart always packed.
it don't matter which one you go to. I go to the one in Virginia on Route 1, the one in Laurel, the one that we normally go to in Waldorf. It is, I
Mhm.
haven't been to the one in DC yet, but it is always crowded.
Yeah.
So I didn't get home till about the what 5, maybe 6 o'clock yesterday. From being out
Yeah.
after we left, it took those many hours, and I'm tired and I'm beat, and I don't have a voice. because I went out the night before, Taco Tequila Tuesdays, and
Right.
I'm just dragging. I'm just like, wow. So
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah.
I needed that
It,
much needed rest. And Bernice, the fact that we are taking off our meat game. We ain't had no meat.
no.
So,
Hannah, I'm actually proud of myself because I haven't been tripping. It's a good thing. It's a good
right.
thing. When you put your mind, when I put my mind to something instead of speaking negativity, I can do what I put my mind to. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, it's not as hard as I thought. But
hey,
my son told me to ask. He was like, "Who doing this challenge with? Do they know you already half dead?" I said, "Jerry, shut up, shut
yeah.
up."
So I want to know. I want to know how many people have sibling rivalry because I don't hate on my siblings, but it is what it is.
Do well, not hating. What about camaraderie? Like y'all challenge each other. Not saying hey, but compete.
No, I don't do that with my sisters because my thing is this, and what I've learned is they have their thing, their thing they're good at. Like my sisters are singers and they're social butterflies. I'm the total opposite. I sing in my house. I might sing a little bit. My mom and sister got me to sing in public one time. But other than that, that's their thing, and I'm proud of who they are. So I can't really say, nah, competition is not because I'm me and they're them. So,
Even growing up, Bernice.
huh?
Even growing up.
Growing up, I can't say growing up, I never felt like I really fit in. So, it was um I wouldn't say it was competition. I just didn't feel like I felt I fit in. I was different, you know, and I often wonder why, but it's we had don't get it twisted. We had our fights and stuff like that, but as far as competition, no, I never considered my sister's competition. Never.
Mm. Well, are you the oldest? Let me ask you your position in the
I'm the
family.
middle child. I
Middle,
have one
middle,
sister
middle.
older and I have one sister who's younger. I actually have two other siblings from my father.
Mm.
So I haven't been around them enough to know if there's uh competition. But my little brother, he we never really had a bad relationship. We didn't grow up together. So, me and him, we pretty good. We see each other, we greet each other. I love my brother, but I just can't say that we really had that bond like growing up with my sisters.
Wow. Well, I come from my mother had three girls. I'm the oldest of three. My dad had six, maybe more kids. I'm the oldest, right? So me being the oldest, my position was always you the big sister. You look out for everybody.
Hmm.
And if they do something, I get the beating for it. If they do, this is growing up. So because my mother used to always say, "You the ringleader." And then on my dad's side, I didn't grow up with them in the house, but when I came around, they was like, "Yeah, that's my big sister, Reese." Everybody thought I was mean and a bully. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. Never been mean, never been a bully. I've been protective of them,
Yeah.
and because I'm the oldest, I've always felt like I had to lead. I didn't like being the oldest. My youngest got away with everything on my mama's side. She was the snitch. She was the
Yeah.
youngest, and she was also the snitch. My middle sister, me and her, and the youngest thought she was the oldest. Baby, you could be the oldest. And we will always battle about. I'm like, ah. And then me and my middle sister, I fought with my siblings. On
We
my dad's side, yeah, we fought. On my dad's side, um, they look at me as being the two youngest one look at me as being the big all of them look at me as being the big sis, and the one that they talk to because you can talk to me about anything. I keep things confident. They can tell me anything, share anything, and I'm going to be honest with them to the best of my ability. to give them what the truth is. And I'm the one that said facts. I used to be the one back in the day that was like, love to be right, just so I could say I told you so. But that was
Mhm.
20 years ago. That was the 30 something Reese. So I could be like, yeah, I told you. So but now I don't like to be right to say I told you so. Now, if I'm right, I don't say anything. I go, okay, how did that work out for you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to be a
Okay.
better sibling.
We
Molly,
learned Molly come from a big family.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom said she was done when my sister came out. She was a girl. She said, "I'm done." Yeah, I'm done.
She was like,
But huh?
but you got one younger than you. You mean so when your last sister came out, she said she was
When the
done.
lady came out, she said she was done. She was done. So it's just us three. She got a vanilla, a caramel, and a chocolate one.
So she got all three flavors.
Hmm.
The strawberries, caramel. So okay, so then let me ask you this question. Because by me being the oldest, when my mom had my sister, I was happy that I had a little sister, right? But when
Hmm.
that third one came, I wanted a brother. And I remember the words to my mom. They was like, "You got a sister." I said, "Well, don't bring her home. Find a boy. Find me a
Oh,
brother. Don't bring," because as a child, I'm 5 years old. I'm like, that's not what I asked you for. I already
oh.
got a sister. I asked you for a little brother. Don't bring that one home. I was mad at my mother when she brought my youngest sister home. I'm like, another girl. It was like, so it was like that. So how did you feel when you found out you was having a little sister? Because you already had a big sister.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I didn't feel any type of way about it. I remember when she went into labor with my sister, we were shooting fireworks. My sister's birthday is July 5th. So we were shooting fireworks. My mama wouldn't leave until we shot all our fireworks. Then she went to the hospital. So I don't think I had a preference. She was a cute little chubby baby. So
okay, is there a big age gap with y'all?
all of us are about 4 years apart.
Oh, four. Wow. Oh wow! With me and my sisters, I'm 3 years on my mom's side, 3 years from me and my next sister. Then it's 5 years from me and my baby sister. And then on my dad's side, it's 3 years from me and my brother. And then it's 5 years between me and my next sister. Then I had a sister that was after that was 6 years, but she passed in childhood. Then go scroll all the way down to like me and my brother got like a 15-year gap, and then me and
Oh,
my sister got almost a 30-year gap. I got a sister that's 6 months older than my son. So
oh,
my dad had
dang.
it sprawled out. That's daddy. That's daddy for you. He had it sprawled out like that. So yeah, my youngest sister is my son's age, and my oldest sibling is just on both sides is just 3 years. I just got by them by 3 years. But I'm the oldest. I'm it. So on both sides. Wow. So y'all pretty 4 years apart. Boom, boom, boom. That's
Yeah.
a nice age difference there. To feel like you the big sister and feel like that you got a big sister. It's.
My little sister thinks she's my big sister. She
Mm-hmm.
thinks she's in charge. She be like, she's the big sister, but she's the big little sister. I'm like, girl,
Mm-hmm. I wonder about that. They like they the boss. I'm like, okay, you could be the boss because I don't want to be the oldest because I get in trouble for everything. Did your siblings get you in trouble
my little
growing
sister,
up?
my little sister, yeah, my big sister she was the big brother. So she ain't played no games when it came to us at all. She had tear something down quick.
but that's how it is coming
Hmm.
from that. Molly, if you with us, share if you could share your stories about your siblings. You could do it before or after we see the video. Y'all ready to see the video, the little information?
Yeah, let's get to this clip and find out what they talking about.
I want to know what Molly, because I love to hear Molly stories about
Molly.
their siblings.
That's what I do with my siblings every day. Like they on three-way right now. They call me in the morning just to see what I'm doing. You know, like it's eight of us, so it's a lot different. But the first five, they a lot older. My mother took like a 13-year gap. So
Woo!
my sister who on the phone now, Kenzie, she was the first one after the 13-year gap. She went through hell more than we did, because my brother Marnie, he was the baby forever. And he was 13 years old. Now my mother have this little girl that she wanted so bad. And he used to, mess with her a lot. Them the stories I heard. Then eventually he started to love her. But then my mother had three more after that. My brother, like, God damn, you had four, took a 13-year break, then had four more. And she had three boys and a girl the first time. And the second time, she had three boys and a girl. So it's like we all four of us was growing up together, and the first four grew up together. My youngest brother, Joshua, he's dead. So my little brother, Didi, he's the baby now. But that was one thing my mother never let us forget. Y'all got a brother named Joshua. He's really the baby. He died when he was about one or so. He was real young, but I couldn't remember, but we tight. Like it ain't nothing that we don't tell each other. We the last three, like the one I'm on the phone with, these two, we closer. My sister Kenzie and Didi, and I'm the middle between them two. So I'm always the one diffusing stuff. Always the one like y'all need to talk. But other than that, man, we never fought. If one get into it, we all getting into it. My sister been wrong 90% of the time. And when I was young, I didn't know, but I was always ready to fight. We always had rules. My mother knew we was different. She raised us different, but we all had the same rules, like no snitching. We couldn't snitch. I couldn't say, hey, Didi in there jumping on the bed, Kenzie doing, nah, you getting whooped, and we was forced to stick together no matter what. So when we went outside, I can be picking teams to play basketball. I got to pick my family. I can't pick like, oh, that's my buddy. Even if my nephews and them can't play, because I grew up with my nephews and them too. They even older than me or my age. I got to pick them, and I just got used to it as I got older. I pick my family for everything, no matter what it is. When you came to my event, my little brother was doing the door. I don't trust
Yeah,
nobody with
I
my
thought that was
money
you.
than my little brother, but I did see friends and they brothers and stuff, they argue and fight, and they ask me and my brothers and sisters like, how y'all don't never fight? Why y'all don't be arguing? We do sometimes, but not really. That's just something we grew up loving each other all the time. I know them longer than anybody. And now my
That's
mother gone, I got to spend the rest of my life with them. From the time I was born, I always knew Kenzie. From the time my little brother Didi was born, he always knew us. Like it ain't a day he lived without us in his life. So it's just like, these are my best friends. So it just never been a rivalry between us. It been more war. We stick together. We
You
went
said
through
more
hardship
war.
though.
Okay.
You ain't gotta go through nothing. We went weeks without eating together. We had to go pump gas together, to make it through the week. We had to do a rack of shit, a rack of shit to get through some hard times. So it might be different for kids who don't. We got Chris in here. What up, Chris? Katina in here. What up,
Hey,
Katina?
Tina. I
You
mean,
want to show
we
this?
were. I remember we would always tell stories about. I went to school with Dr. Thomas, Dr. Katina. We would always tell stories about what our siblings were doing. Because it was me, her, and my other girlfriend Yvette. Sat. We had like the other siblings, and we were the oldest. And it was like they was doing. We used to laugh and talk about what our siblings was up to. Uh, well, us being the oldest, we had that. I guess that bond. Maybe that's what kind of kindled our friendship as well too. A group of oldest kids with a bunch of little young ones at home. I tell you, why do we do what we do? And our parents have a lot to do with how we treat each other too. Because you got some parents that talk and speak on keeping the family together. Hey, Louisa, Blue Phoenix, Freaky Friday tomorrow, ladies. Katina, Louisa, Freaky Friday tomorrow. You have some parents that tell you no matter what, you guys stay together. And then honestly, we have some of those parents That's messy. That put wedges between the children. I know you're not going to be able to treat all your children the same because everybody got a different personality. But some moms go above and beyond to make a very clear distinction between those kids, and that causes bitterness sometimes. But let's look at what this lady says about sibling rivalry.
Are you getting into conflicts with your brothers and your sisters and your adults now? Let's talk about sibling rivalry. Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now, and I'm here for you. I have a PhD in clinical psychology. I'm a mother, and I'm also a sister. I have 3 brothers, so I can talk a lot about sibling rivalry, and I'm sure you may be experiencing it too. First of all, you should know this about your siblings. Your sibling relationships are the longest relationships of your lifespan. Think about it. Your parents, your first relationship, eventually pass away. Your love relationships, which may last for many decades, start later in life. But your siblings are there from the very beginning until the end. Here's my favorite metaphor for sibling relationships. Think of parents as the doctors in a hospital who do bed checks every once in a while, check out charts, make rules on medication. But the nurses, they're your siblings. They're there day in and day out, impacting your personality. And also, parents like to say that they parent every child the same. But that's impossible because kids actually evoke a kind of parenting in the parent. Also, when the kids of a different age, the parents of a different age. So they're a different person themselves. So it's impossible to say that parents absolutely parent each child identically. So where does sibling rivalry come from? Well, at the very base of our existence, our parents are a lifeline to survival. And when anyone threatens that lifeline, even if we're related to them, we get a little worried. You know, if you're a firstborn and you had those wonderful years of undivided attention of your parents, you may even remember, depending on your age, what it was like when that new baby brother or sister came into the house. If you can't imagine the feeling, imagine this. Let's say your husband comes home one day and he says, "Honey, I still love you, but I have this new younger girlfriend. She's cuter and she's younger, but I want to keep both of you." Yeah. That's what it feels like when siblings come into the picture. Eventually, of course, siblings, most of them, do get along and they're fiercely protective of each other. And these are great sibling relationships. Also, depending on what somebody's birth order is, they may or may not experience more sibling rivalry. Remember those firstborns? They got all that undivided parental attention at the beginning. They tend to be overachievers. They tend to be natural born leaders. Then the middle kids, the ones that are the placators, the negotiators, they're the ones working the olders against the youngers, and they're very good at that. They can be very rebellious too. Babies tend to be the big performers. They're the comedians in the family. They have the biggest audience, of course, and for them to get attention, they better put on a good show. They also can be highly manipulative. So let's talk about advice for parents to help cut down the risk of sibling rivalry while your kids are kids and later in life. First of all, let your kids win in specific domains. In other words, he's my artist, she's my athlete, she's my academic one, right? When parents say that, what they're really saying is, I love you for your unique abilities. This way, you're not favoring that one kid all the time. And on that note, watch your favoritism. We do it. It's unconscious. Every parent has a favorite. We don't say it out loud, but it comes across in messages. So become aware of any kind of favoritism. And finally, teach your kids healthy conflict resolution skills. Let them talk out their feelings. Let them solve problems. If you don't have healthy conflict resolution skills yourself, then maybe you could go to family therapy to learn some. This is how you can reduce sibling rivalry with your kids. Now, if you're an adult and you're in touch with your adult siblings and there seems to be a lot of competition, let me remind you, when you come back to the dinner table, even when you're adults, all of you become 12 years old again. So the biggest bit of advice I have is keep your 12-year-old in check. Stop being needling. Stop being silly and petty. Don't be competitive. And secondly, have more empathy for the sibling who's bragging and showing off. Remember, they're doing it because they feel less than. They feel less loved than you. But the best thing we can do for all our kids as parents and with our siblings is to speak from our heart and speak with our feelings first and try our best not to judge each other. Good luck with that sibling rivalry. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now. You can follow me anywhere on my social media at Dr.
That is funny. Did you hear her at the end? And she said, "Try your best not to touch each other." Did she mean fight? Did she mean try your best not to lay hands on your siblings? Is that what she said at the end?
Yeah.
Try your best not to touch each other. That's funny because yeah, you will definitely get into some fights with some siblings, and that is because I do believe, like she said, we're competing for the attention, our parents' attention. Um, that's the way it is sometimes. We got comments. What do our viewers think about what's been going on, what's been said? Good morning, Ron. I see you sneaking here. Louisa said, "Okay, I'm gonna need help. This is a
I
blur."
love my I love my siblings so much. As the oldest, I had to separate myself sometimes because they pull on me a lot.
Ooh, how do you do that? I mean, being the oldest, Louisa, you the oldest too, right? How do you separate, Bernice? Well, you the middle child. How do I never could separate myself until this day. All my siblings call. I'm there for all of them. So what does that look like? How do you separate from your siblings? If Weezy, if you could expound on that and tell me that. I try not to get in my siblings' business now. Before, I was in the middle of everybody's stuff. So now, I pull back and I wait for them to come to me instead of always jumping out there and interjecting myself and always trying to fix it and trying to be in control. I know I stopped doing that. Like I said, the old me was a some. I was a shit star. I was like Ernest is in the group. I was just like I said, let me ask you this question. Let me this. Let me that. I can plug. I was like that. Always asking questions. Always getting in the middle. Always wanted to know because I always wanted to try to fix things and make things better. And I used to think, oh, I can help you do this. I can help you do that. No, 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 I can't because I got to get myself together. I'm busy worried about everybody else's, putting my hands in everybody else's business when I got my own business that need to be, tended to. So I mean, I step back as far as that as being a busybody or shit start will be like, let me ask you this, let me ask you that. Now I'm to the point. I don't care what you do. Just be safe. Whatever you do, I love you from the bottom of my heart. If you need me, I'm here. You know, I had to grow up a little bit, a lot of bit. Still growing.
Yeah, I understand that. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. My sisters and I really didn't get close until we got older. I think it stemmed from a lot of the trauma we experienced. So trying to deal with that and grow up, it's a hard thing when you're young. So we developed good relationships later on in life.
Mm. My relationships with my siblings um, was better when we were younger because they had more loyalty and the bond was there when we were younger. Remember, I was the oldest one, so I was the first one with the apartment, the first one with the car, the first one with everything. And then he was like, "Okay, party." Even my cousins, which I look at as my other siblings as well. It was like, "Okay, party time, parties at Reese's house. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna party. We're gonna crank up, turn up." And it used to be real tight like that. Nobody better not say nothing wrong or do nothing to my sisters or my family because it was like I was about it. I'm like, even though if they was wrong, I still get out there and take. Oh look, you don't touch my sister. I touch all I want, but don't you put your hands on it. It was
Yeah,
like always looking out for them, in that way, in that nature. But somewhere something came between that, and it pushed us apart as an adult. um, I guess only on birthdays or holidays, now, unless something happened, is when I talk to my sisters, and we're in a 5 mile radius of each other. Ain't that sad?
yeah,
That's really,
yeah,
but I leave it alone. I
yeah.
digress. I
I'm in
pull back, and they look. I'm here.
the
You need me. I'm here. You don't need me. I'm still here.
yeah. I'm in the same boat. I don't I'm I don't talk to my sisters. I don't. Um and I don't think it's animosity, not for me anyway,
Mm,
but um I just feel like, especially after my son died, I was just in a place where I had to heal. And for me, I felt alone. So I left it like that. This where I am. I had to go through it by myself. I'm by myself. I'm going to be all right. Because I've been through so much stuff. I'm like, I'm going to be okay regardless. And not to And I don't badmouth my sisters because they're beautiful women. I'm proud of who my sisters are, and I love them to death. It's just that gap it's there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, life happens, and sometimes we don't understand. And I continuously I pray for my sisters. I pray for their families. I pray for their marriages. That they continue to be strong and that we'll continue to heal and grow from the hurt and the trauma we experience that maybe one day it'll be okay.
yeah, yeah. I feel. Oh, this. I feel so emotional today. Like I said, I don't know if because it's today is my granny's birthday, and I'm still dealing with that. And then the fact that the families, and we're talking about families, and it just dawned on me, holidays coming up, and the families expected to be together and everything. But you're right, you strong, and you'll get through this. And I know all of us will get through this because I know I'm not alone on my journey. I met a lot of beautiful people like yourself and my brothers from the plug, Slicky Woo Boo. And I got my cousin Wade. Good morning. He's watching and listening today. And Louisa. All when God shrinks one family, He increased another. Does that make sense?
Yes,
What I'm saying?
that's
Um,
but yeah, that's definitely true. Louisa made a comment. She said, "I started to set boundaries with my space, time, money, and anything they constantly wanted from me. I backed away from their personal lives to keep my life drama free. This
mhm.
didn't fully take place until 6 months ago." And then uh, Wade McFarland, he said, "Much love, Cuzzo, and many blessings. You already know." And then Louisa said, she spoke again. She said, "We talk on the phone or we get together and have a great time." And Wade said, "Happy birthday, Grandma. Rest easy." And
So
I don't know who this is. I think it's Rico. He said, "I'm about to come over and change that smoke detector." Do it. Who is that? E?
Only E got ears like that. He got that bat sonar. He can hear everything. I hear it now that you speak of it, but I didn't hone in on that. Wow, he is very attentive. He listens. Uh
My
oh.
son, my son forgot to do it. So I told you I'm too short. And he's feeling high.
Wow. But but yeah. Sometimes the family that you grow up with, not necessarily the one you grow up with. You come up with, but you don't grow up with. Meaning, um, now it's like when you're forced to be together when we're younger, when we little, you forced to be there and have that camaraderie. But soon as somebody break out or get on their own, I never forgot my family. My cousin would tell you, growing up, they always stayed at the house. They always stayed. I never looked back. I was always that cousin or that sister or sibling. If you needed it, I got it. If you asked me, I got it. I give. And I wasn't the type or that hop on you. When you gonna give me back? When you gonna give me back? Look, I give you what I can spare, and I give it to you, and I give it to you out of love. Some people, uh, you don't worry about stuff because I'm looking at it. I'm helping my family. I'm
Yeah.
doing for my family, looking out. And I was always taught that to stick together. My granddaddy taught us that you stick together. You the oldest, but then it's like after he passed, our family started drifting apart, and
Yeah.
then my grandmother got when she got sick. My grandmother stayed with me for the longest time, um, as long as she could before she went to go live with my mom. And it's like after that happened, we grew even further apart. It's like the people that was keeping the family together, that's the nucleus, which was my grandparents. Um, they couldn't no more, so it fell on us. But if you don't want to
Yeah.
be bothered with each other, if you don't want to be bothered for some reason, you have a camaraderie or jealousy or whatever, or a disdain for your siblings. I didn't have that. I don't have a disdain for my siblings, friends. I don't carry that type of bitterness. But for
Right.
whatever reason, they was like, "Oh, she always started something, or she want to bring something up from in the past, or she want to do this or want to do that." I didn't. I just thought memories was just memories. You laugh about memories, not to start nothing or bring nothing up. And people didn't want to be around because they thought you was too toxic. And I could respect and I could understand that. But how do you get it back? How do family become back family again? I can't worry about that. All I know is that I'm still here for everybody. You know, what Weezy say? Look, B, I hope you and your sisters are able to reconnect in peace. Yeah. And you guys never had a falling out or anything. You just stopped talking.
Who, me and my sisters?
Uh huh.
No. Last time I saw my sisters was at my cousin's house. You know, and like I said, I'm not bitter. I'm not jealous of my sisters. Like I said, my sisters are wonderful women. They are. My big sister was always my hero. She was the one I ran to when things were wrong. My little sister moved out of town for a while, so you know we would talk, but we didn't get a chance to get together. So when she came back, we were hanging out all the time. And like I said, once my son died and things took place, it just I'm like, if I got to deal with this by myself, because my thing is this, I'm gonna be there for you. I don't care what you're going through. If you call me, babe, what you need, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna do whatever I can. And I felt like I wasn't being valued as much. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I don't care who it is. If I feel like you don't value me, I don't need you in my space.
Mm.
Because one thing about it, I say I'm not perfect. And my sister used to say, "You mean just like your father?" Yeah, sometimes I can be, but on my good outweigh my bad because they know they can depend on me. So in that space where, and I'm still going through it. I just got emotional a few minutes ago. We talking about siblings and children, and I don't care if it's almost been a year. I'm still hurting, and no one has, I can't say that they helped me through this process. It's been me and my kids and my mom. That's who it's been. So I feel like, hey, I'm going to rise above it because I know what my son expected of me. But in the same token, like I said, I'm not angry. You made your choice and I'm good with that. And I wish my sisters nothing but the best. I love them to death. I do.
Spam calling. I'm sorry. Spam. Oh, what else? What did Louisa say? I see. I'm reading through the tears. Everything all blurred up. What did
Let me see. I'm a check. Hold on. I agree, Reese. You grow up with family, but they may not necessarily be the family you grow with. And she also said, Lady B, I hope you and your sisters are able to reconnect in peace and love. If that is not possible, I pray you continue to be separate in peace and love.
Yeah.
Louisa said, you're not angry, but you're hurt. I definitely, I can be honest about that. And Wade said, with some family, as the world changed, they change with it, some good and some bad. You can only play the hand that you have been dealt in life. Love each other, because that devil working, I guess he was saying that devil working overtime. Yeah, I'm willing to admit I am hurt
Yeah, that
because,
devil is working overtime. He right. He
but I'm
right.
not angry. I'm not angry at all. But she right. I am hurt.
You hurt, and the devil want to cause you hurt. The devil wants you to be broke down so you can get angry, so you can get bitter. So
I'm
yeah.
I'm definitely not. I'm not going to be angry because for me, I've carried too much weight in life, and I've decided that my peace and my freedom mean everything to me. I refuse to leave this world miserable, and I can't do it.
Amen. I agree. Don't be miserable. That's what we're all. I guess it comes with as we get older or level of maturity. We put away childish things. Like when I was young, when we were younger, I'm gonna speak for all of us. I could say you too, Molly. Your tolerance, it was a different type of tolerance. Because Molly, he's so smooth and chill now. I've
Yes,
never seen him not being smooth and chill. But he said that he used to be a little rascal. He would say, but he just
he
so
looked like it.
smooth and he's so smooth and chill now. And my cousin Jay, Wade, Wade was something when he was young too, But now he's more smooth and mellow because as we grow and mature more, we fizz out a little bit. We still got that hype and that rotary, but we really found out what's important and what's not important. We sifting through life like it's a bag of flour. We getting all the clumps out. We just want the fine flour. We just want the finer things. We want to live in peace. We want to be
Right.
happy. And we want the people around us to be peace and happy.
Yes, that's the truth. And being a mother of 9, I've seen many different. My boys, they used to say, "Oh, your boys have a gang mentality." I said, "No, they don't." I taught them to protect each other, to always be there for each other, because some like Molly mom, I had the older set. They always say I had 2 sets of twins because, I had older boys. I had 5 boys first, and then I had the girl I finally wanted. And then I had a boy and then twin girls. So it was definitely a big, I say it was, I waited 5 years before I had another child after my son Darius. So I've dealt with all the personalities and rivalry. I don't think I could say that about the older 5. I can't say that about the older 5, but the younger ones definitely.
What say you, Molly Mall? Molly had a big fan. They probably moved like a gang too. Was y'all like a gang, Mall?
Nah, yeah, we definitely moved like a gang. We used to walk to the store deep. My mother had us in the line. We'd be stomping, marching, rapping a song and stuff to the store, singing.
Oh my God, that sounds like my
we
kids.
together tight. But I just think it's growth. I think a lot of people, until you really learn how to love yourself, you hear that all the time. You can't love nobody else. That's included siblings. Most
Yes.
time people got a hatred towards somebody because they still battling with themselves. So it's like me. I see myself in those everybody. So I love myself so much. It's hard for me to hate anybody. It's like whatever you're going through, I can see or remember a time that I went through that, so I can understand when somebody hurting, so why they acting now. Like, okay, you might be going through something, but you got some people that just react and be like, oh nigga, who you talking to? Oh, we can take it there. I ain't giving you all that, because I feel like if somebody can get you mad or do something out of your character, they got power over you. And I can't get that power to nobody. So the minute, I
Yeah,
don't care if it's
I
a
agree.
girlfriend, a cousin, brother, if they can say something and piss you off and your whole day gone up, then they got power over you. And I'm just like, I'm not never giving nobody that power. So as long as I see me and the next person, I would want to treat them good, because I would want to treat me good. I would talk to them respectfully, because that's how I would talk to me. So as long as you start to see yourself in the next person, even if it's a sibling, definitely, that's definitely you. I look at my daughter as a younger me. So I'm gonna take care of me. I can't imagine me out here worrying or hungry or anything. So I try to make sure she always good. So I just think that if people start to see themselves and other people, then they have a whole different outlook on life. Period. You'll start enjoying life more. If you enjoy life, you wouldn't even care to be mad or angry. You wouldn't even care to hold grudges. But you got a lot of people just won't let certain things go because they feel like it hurt them. And if it hurt you, that means that person still got power over you. That person did something to you 10 years ago and it still affect you now. That means you ain't grow from 10 years ago. That person probably done moved on. That person probably not even treating people the way that they treated you 10 years ago. But everybody got their own individual growth, and I think it take time. But once you become an adult, I just feel like, man, that should be your main focus. It shouldn't be little things getting you mad, because then that's how you're gonna crash out here.
Yep,
Right.
I agree.
I
We got
agree.
some comments.
Okay.
Um, with some family, no, I think I read that one. Family or no family, I love my people and I love life. That was Wade. And Louisa said, my tolerance has definitely changed. I can't deal with foolishness anymore, not
Hmm.
even for myself. She also said, it's something about these younger children. They are a trip. And she also said, that's right, Molly.
And you know what, Molly, you touched on a point that me and you in the same boat. We only got one child, and my son, he was upset with me because he was the only by himself, right? But now that he's grown, he's 29 now. Now that he is grown up, he's fine with being the only child. But he was the upset a minute because he was like everything falls on him, the good and the bad. But as an adult, he's matured a lot too. And he was like, I ain't got to share my stuff. I didn't have to do this. So I was like, no, you didn't. It wasn't nobody snitched on you. Nobody, And his cousins, I said, your cousins, your other family is like, your siblings. Because my cousins was like, even though I had sisters, my cousins were still like my siblings. Jr., Reese, and Bird. We grew up together, just like you know, because my granddaddy told us to stick together, even though his children didn't stick together like they supposed to. That's my aunts and uncles, but my granddaddy said, "Y'all cousins, y'all stick together," and that's what we did. My grandfather would come and get us all together and would round us all up and we would do things. My granddaddy would take us to church. My granddaddy would take us out to dinner. And when we passed, there was a big aching. And me and my cousin JR grew up in the house with my grandparents. My grandparents raised us. And it was an aching when that to keep us together when I was gone. And it's like then we started branching off like distance ourselves, like the solar system, how everything was circling close, and then for some reason it got further gone. But know that I still got a direct line to each one of my cousins, and they still got one to me and to my sisters. So if they need me, they know I'm there. I'm on the first thing smoking.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And you too, Molly, and you too, Bernice, because y'all now you my extended family.
Yes.
So I call him my little brother. Look, Molly, I done made your family even bigger. You too, Bernice. So we here. We our brother's keeper. I call Louisa my sister because I feel that kindred spirit. You know,
Yeah, that connection.
my aunt would tell me that the people that was good around you, you will see them in your next life because the next life they're going to be somewhere around you. She was like, for instance, she said, I may not be your aunt in the next life. I may be your mother, or I may be your sister in the next life. She said, but my spirit, that energy, will still be around you. If that makes sense, I understood what she was saying. You know,
Yeah. It's definitely um it's definitely different because I feel like when you're around people and they accept you for who you are and they see your worth and they push you towards your worth, it's an amazing feeling because you feel that love and the mutual respect. So it's definitely different for me. But I'm grateful for the people God is introducing in my life. So yeah, I'm good. I'm healing. I'm growing. I'm still learning. Um, and that's what matters most to me.
well, it's getting close to that time. Gosh, that our time went by quick today. Woo! It's that time already. Before Molly even tell me, Reese, give him something. I'm gonna give y'all something. But first, I want to start about with a little announcement. Uh, I want to start with October the 30th. Molly Mall presents the Let's Do It Again band, the Gwen Factor, Reese Cup, and more at 8131 uh, Georgia Avenue, Silver Spring, Maryland, Fire Station 1. Be there, great food. Um, Wait a minute. Did we read this last comment
I'm
before I
going to
go?
read it. It's a misguided and subtracted love got these youngins lost. We need more leaders to step up and try to push the right message so they can understand.
Amen. That sounds like something Molly be saying. That's right. That was well said. Well said, Wade. Well said. And he's right. And Molly's right because Molly said give the same message. We need leaders to lead, step up, so we can understand. But understand on October the 30th, we're gonna be with the Let's Do It Again band. It's Gwen
Yeah.
Factor and your girl Reese Cup gonna be in the house. We gonna have a wonderful show. If you need tickets in advance is $25. I got tickets. Molly got tickets. Contact us, DM us. But if you don't mind paying the $40 at the door, then you can pay 40 at the door. It's the admission at the door. But look, I'm telling everybody, get the $25 ticket, then get that other $15 that you save and add $5 to it, and get your book Shades of Blue and your sea moss. We still got that going on, the sea moss special. For $20, you get a jar of sea moss and a Shades of Blue. Can't beat that with a hat. Can't beat that with a stick. Just can't beat that. So I'm telling y'all, it's going to be fun, a good time for everybody. Let's end October with a big bang. This year's going by quicker than quick. And Bernice got something coming up on the 19th. Bernice, you want to tell the people about your event because we're going to keep talking until it comes. Talking about it.
Yes, my event is called A Light for Rome. It's a mental health event. There will be entertainment. There will be a DJ. There will be food. I'll have a panel there. Um, just people sharing their stories, and people will be able to ask questions about, what got us through. This event is basically me keeping my son's legacy alive. As many know, I lost my son to suicide in 2021. So this is just the beginning. It's November 19th, and it's from 2 to 6. So come out and support, and maybe share your story and enjoy yourself.
Tell them where.
It'll be at the Thurgood Marshall Building. I don't even have the flyer because it's on my phone, but I'm gonna pass the flyer out. You can find it on my page. You can hit me on my inbox. I'll send you the information, or you can just call me.
All right, Molly Mall.
Yeah, all you gotta do is send me the fly, Bernice, and I can share it right here on the show. You know, once
Okay,
you
I'll
send
do.
it to me, so we'll share it tomorrow with the Freaky Friday panel. Come on, I know they're gonna be ready
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
they got
y'all.
my brother Slick. I was talking about
Yeah,
him.
Slicky Woo. Telling he late. He said, "Hey peeps, I'm late." Yeah, show about over. Slick was up all night. He probably dozed off. Just getting
Yeah.
back up. Got his hour power nap. That ain't enough sleep, man. But you
Freaky
got sibling, talk to
Friday.
him. Talk to him if you got sibling, man. Life too short to be out here still going back and forth with the siblings. When you're young, it makes sense. You might want mama attention, or you might feel like you're getting treated less than the other. But when you're adult, you taking care of yourself. So it's all up to you. It ain't about what mom's got you or what dad got you. And mom and
Mhm.
dad might not even be here no more. But at the end of the day, once you grown, you gotta take care of you. And your siblings supposed to be there to help you. And it's a bonus to have brothers and sisters. There's some kids out here that don't have any, like my daughter. I know she wants some siblings, but you got siblings, get cool with them, because if you ever go through anything, you can reach out to them. That's what mostly everybody doing. You watch these Venus and Serenas and everybody out here, they got brothers and sisters in the NFL, the NBA, singing, CC and BB Wine. It's so many. So it's just like one can help
Kardashian.
the other, and y'all both can probably have some great talent. The Jackson Five, I'm just saying, it's so much that can go on, but we better in numbers always.
Yeah. It's more power, more strength. We're a movement by ourselves, but like Neo said, we are a force when we are together. And that's what we want to be. That force that goes through life, knocking them down. Because they're gonna set it up for us, obstacles. But we stay together, we could knock them down, get through anything. So from one light to the next light. I love y'all. Tomorrow, Freaky Friday. Come on, I got to get my panel together. So if I can get the men that's going to agree that they're going to come on tomorrow, and the ladies, if y'all want to agree, but I really want the men to tune in and chime in. To let's piggyback off of some questions that we asked earlier in the week, so we can get some other men's perspective of what they want from the woman.
That's the move.
All right.
One of my cousin got some samples on what about to come. Okay, hit me
We
up,
can play it
Wade.
tomorrow, Freaky Friday. We can listen. Oh, are we
Yes,
allowed to do that? To play it through the show? And I send it
it
to
should
him
be fun.
Yeah,
It should be fun and educational.
tomorrow.
yeah.
It's Freaky Friday. That's what it is. You can ask any question you want,
To
male,
who though?
female.
Is it a male or female panel? Which
Well,
one you got?
I'm hoping that I can get the male and female panel. It depends on the men that I can get that say that yes, they will participate. I asked my cousin Wade if he would like to participate. He's a young man, trying to get a hold to DJ Swag. He's a young man. We're trying to switch up the rotation. And Bernice's son Darius, will he be able to participate?
I'll find out tonight when I see him.
Oh, wait a minute. DJ Slicky Woo Boo. Oh, bull. What?
That's
He
Slicky talking shit.
that look. He talking. Look, he doing it again. That's it at the end of the day, y'all. So I'm waiting for you to say great show, Molly. I don't know if it's great
Yes,
to you.
I'm waiting for you to say great show. She not in her own show, huh?
No,
Great
but I
show,
know you
great
say
show.
great show. You give me the thumbs up. I know.
Always a great show. Good time talking to you and Bernice. We out of here, y'all. We catch y'all tomorrow.
Freaky
10:30.
Friday.
Don't forget, tune in. Love y'all.
Mwah.